Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Shootin' the Shit. Okay, open topic show, even though today is going to be a music night. I am here, as you can see, with my co-host, performing artist, Paul Anthony Mantia, a clothing designer, songwriter. He does many things. Photography. Greetings, Paul. Greetings.
Greetings, man. Been a crazy
Uh,
week, but
yeah,
we're back
definitely.
to back to life,
Yeah, definitely.
back to reality. Gotta back to work again, and
Back to
about
everything.
took a few days off, man, relaxed, and now it's all
Yep.
work for the next 7 days a week, almost 20 hours a day, 7 days a week. Two companies to run studio, the fashion company. Christmas is coming, the holidays, so you know how that is. It's really kind of hard to do things during then, and there's a lot of things going on now, man. We did good today. It wasn't too busy today out there, and we set up, with the other vendors. I'm licensed and insured, everything, whatever I need to be out there. But I don't really need the license because And the funny thing is, I'm gonna bring this up. We set up, and I've been telling these stores for the past I don't know, God knows how long, 3, 4 months, going to them saying, look, we'll do a deal. You know what I mean? You purchase the product from me, you put it on your shelf, you sell it. You know what I mean? But the problem is nobody wants to put that money up front. Oh, you could put it on consignment. I said, listen, I don't have to do consignment. I said, and I'm going to prove to you why I don't need to do consignment. So I set up in front of somebody's store a few weeks ago, just to prove them, just to prove them a point. So I set up in front of the store, and the guy goes, "Oh, it's not going to sell like that. It's not going to sell." I said, "Just watch, okay?" I said, literally, I said, "Give me 2 hours, okay?" So the minute I set up, my wife, she went and took her, she went somewhere else. I think she went home for a minute to grab something. And when she came back, I had $200 in my pocket already. She was gone like literally maybe 40 minutes at the most. Okay. And this guy in the store that I told him to buy the product from me and he could sell it at the same price I'm selling it for. And I'm giving him a wholesale deal. I normally don't do these things. And when you're given a wholesale deal, I'm not going to mention pricing because that's confidential, but that's between if you're going to do a bulk order. But giving him a wholesale deal, and for him to sit there and badge me, telling me it's not going to sell when, I'm sitting there going, okay, we're not going to talk, we're not going to argue, we're just going to set up and show you. Because to me, in this world, action speaks louder than words. If you're going to talk shit, you better be able to back your word up. And I do know it said, and this I don't even know on this show because I don't really have time to check all the comments, but I had done a show last week and it was one of my own shows and I didn't point the camera towards the keyboard. And somebody said, "Oh, that's not you playing." I said, "Are you out of your mind or what? Are you seriously going to call me out and tell me that's not me playing? I mean, when I've been all over the world performing my entire life out there, with some of the biggest stars in the world. I'm not going to sit here and drop names, but I do, what gives me a lot of energy when somebody does call me out. When you're going to call me a liar, but guess what? You did it with the tie dye. The Chinese company, I'm not going to mention their name because, I'm in the middle of, something with them right now because they had stole the trademark design from me, but that's okay because we're going to deal with them in the court of law. You know what I mean? It's not going to play out. We already got what we need. But besides the point, when they come out and tell me, "Oh, he's not really dyeing that's printed." Nobody can dye anything that bright and vibrant, make it look that damn good and shiny. She said, "Tie dye can't be shiny like that." I said, "Really?" I said, "I invented my own dyes." I said, "I don't use the dye product on the market. I use my own stuff." I said, and you have no idea what you're talking about. I said, "So here, why don't you add me as a friend on Facebook," which she did. And then I tagged her that morning that I went live showing everybody how I tie the shirt. And then we went to the second step. Well, we went to the first step of showing them how I score the shirts, what I got to do to wash them before we even do anything to them. When you buy your product, and everybody can listen to this, when you buy a shirt at the store, I want you to do me a favor and do something, okay? Before you put that shirt on, anything you buy, black, white, but really try like the white shirts you buy in the store that are actually in the package.
Mhm.
Buy that, and then what you do is you get a laundry booster. Okay, it's called soda ash. And soda ash is a laundry booster. Okay, what it does is it basically just draws out most of the oils that are inside of the shirt that you don't see. You got to think about this. How many people touch that shirt before you put that shirt on your back? Okay, you want to talk about virus and COVID, this and that. People got more dirt on their hands than they do in their mouth because your mouth's constantly cleaning itself unless you got herpes or some shit, you know. But just think about it. Now, if you're in China and you're making this product, you think Chinese people wear gloves while they're making your shirts and sewing them out and doing whatever they're doing? Hell no. They go into the bathroom, they wipe their ass. I'm sorry, I'm going to be blunt because this show is blunt.
He's
You know,
blunt.
it's uncensored. I'm going to say what I feel and how I feel because it's the truth. So we're going to make a long story short because I don't want to spend my time on this tonight. But take the shirt, you make sure the water's got to be boiling hot. You got to have at least 200 degrees, okay? 200 degrees of water, boil it, till you hit 200. It doesn't matter how hot it is, but 200 is normally the amount that I put in, okay? You put a cup of soda ash into 2 gallons of water. Take those shirts that you just bought in the package and stick them in there, okay? But if you really want to see the effects, fill up your bathtub halfway and put those clothes in there that you just bought at the store, okay? Give it a half hour, and I promise you, after you go back in that bathroom, you're going to gag because what you're going to see in that water and smell, you're not going to believe it, okay? Because now you got to think how many people had that shirt touched before it made it to the store? And then how many people at the store took that shirt out of the package and looked at it, and you don't know if they took it home and bought it and then brought it back. They don't wash nothing that you get. Just remember that. Nothing is washed. My water, every time I buy these shirts and I put them in the tub and I wash them, and I do it 3 times because I want every bit of dirt out of the shirt. Who the hell wants to dye a shirt that's full of dirt? Because then the dyes, then people wonder why is my shit coming out looking like this? Why is the color off? Why is this off? You know, but it depends on the dyes you're buying too. The only company I'm not even going to suggest them because I don't even deal with them. Okay, but let's just put it like this: it literally looks like somebody took a shit in your water, and that's what it smells like after you wash these clothing that you just bought at the store.
Oh man,
So
really?
all these women want to go around going, "Oh, I'm so clean. Oh, I'm so OCD. Oh my God, I'm
Yeah, right.
clean." They want to do all this crap, but then when I bring this up to them and say, "Did you wash those underwear before you bought them the other day?" Let me show you another. I detailed information and did a pair of underwear that I bought at the store, that a women's underwear in a package, and dropped it in the water right in front of them and left the camera on and let them sit there watching the water turn black. And when this girl seen it, she goes, "Oh shit, that's going on my shit." I said, "Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
your coochie's getting that. Yeah.
that's right. Think about all those fingers that touch. It's like money. It's like money. Think about how many people touch a dollar bill before you get it. It's the same damn thing, okay? So when you buy from me, when these customers come up to our tables, okay, and they buy from us, they can feel the clothing. The first thing they do, I notice, is they're feeling the cloth. They're feeling the fabric to make sure it's not this cheap
Yeah, they
shit
all
that they
do
sell
this.
out there. Yeah, have you ever bought a T-shirt that you could see, a T-shirt you can see right through the fabric?
Squeeze the
The thin
Charmin.
T-shirts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could look right through the fabric on a thin three T-shirt. When I buy my T-shirts, you can't see through the fabric because it's thick. 6.5, ounces of cotton, double thread. You know what I'm saying? It's sport fit. They're fitted shirts. They're made by Gildan, and they got different brands. I get the G5000s because G5000s I love them, and as I said again, I wear them myself. And when the
I mean,
customer feels them, they go, "Wow, these are nice."
if you go to
You
the
know?
market, these ladies, every single woman that's shopping, they got to touch every fucking piece of fruit on the rack. Like, yeah, let's say they're nectarines. They got
Yeah.
to squeeze everything. Bing, 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 bong, boing, get your fuck. It's like
Uh,
a child. Like the 2-year-olds have to touch everything. And I believe what you're saying that there are so
but
many
it's true.
oil.
I mean, it's not even believing. I'll send you the videos that you can post here. You won't believe it. But that's not even it. And then you got people, even the clothing that are loose now, that they hang up. Now you have people coming up and they take oh, can I go try this on? Sure. And then you got the next lady. Can I try this on? Now you got 30 people that just tried that on. Out of those 30 people, how many of those women do you think actually showered and took care of themselves? You know, they're
No,
elderly, they stink. Some of them
every
smell
one,
really bad. You know.
every one of those bacalas are up against that garment. They're
And what's
trying.
my point about this whole thing? They want to talk about virus and this bacteria and all this shit, but you know what? You're getting more shit on you and on your body than that virus is giving you because you already got China's, juices in you after you already wore their
Got the
clothes.
Chinese juices, right? The juices, the juices. All right, Fart Doctor has a question. Hey, Rock and
Hey,
Paul.
what's up, doctor? How you doing? That's the professional doctor right there. He is,
Yes, he,
I believe
he
he holds a PhD. He is, right?
that's right. He's a gastroenterologist in Midtown Manhattan. He says,
And we
Rock.
we like to have educated people on the show because
Yes, yes,
when you
we
have
do.
you should even put him on as a guest one night. I'd
I
like
would
to hear
love
what he
to.
has to say.
If he doesn't mind being on camera someday.
We can
So,
block out his face if you don't want that on.
no, yeah, you don't have to show your. You could turn your
Just don't
camera
put
off.
Brian's face on it, please, because
You could turn
everybody's using Brian's face
you
now.
could use this avatar if you want, and then you could talk. And you don't have to be. I mean, the beauty of being on audio is you could be naked, lying in bed, and do a live show. You know. Did you ever play at the Paramount in Huntington Station? Fart Doctor asks.
So
Hunting.
what's the question? Hey, Rocking Paul, did you ever play a show at the Paramount in Huntington Station? Unfortunately, no, I didn't get the chance to do that. Like the tours are weird because when I was touring with Billy Preston, I, I mean, I can understand they bounce you around. Like one day you're going to be in California doing a show, and the next day they're sending you over to France. You know what I mean? Then you're there for a couple of days, and then they send you back to California or Florida, and then the next, 3 days from there, you're back overseas again. So it's kind of like you bounce around back and forth because you got to think there's different dates and everything. You can't. It's just really hard for them to set up things because you got so many concerts going on. But no, I didn't get the chance to play that one at the Huntington Station.
All right.
Maybe I don't know if it's going to be possible now. With all the New York crazy laws they got going on.
Yeah, but you
Hey,
got
if a
those very.
restaurant, listen, if a business lets you into their store and you do not have a shot, this is the new New York law, and that goes for every business, including clothing stores, grocery stores, everything. If you don't have the shot, guess what? And you go in that store, you know what they're doing to the store owner now? They immediately get a $5,000 fine if they're caught. And every time they do it, they'll get a $5,000 fine. So now they're making it very bad for people out there. And I'm going to be straight up. I have not taken the shot. I don't give a shit what anybody says. You can kiss my fucking ass because guess what? It's my body. And that's it. And in the Bible, just read the Bible. I'm not even going to get into that, into religion, but read the Bible. The Bible, evidently, I believe myself, is written by mankind. Okay, mankind wrote that. Nobody knows what really went on back then. You can play guessing games all you want.
Listen,
It doesn't matter.
They
It's like
busted.
playing guessing games with this crime scene going on. You can't guess.
Hey
You
Bart,
can guess,
hey
but
Bart Robinson. They busted cherries as soon as the girl had her first period back in the old Testament. Are you kidding me? Hey Oreo, look, Oreo's glowing in under the black light. How about that?
this is our new member of the family here. She's the best, man.
Hey Oreo.
Unfortunately, she was abused, man. We adopted her, and I mean now she's great. She's starting to get used to everything, but she was so scared when we got her. And I sent you that video the other day, with her crying. She was actually crying. I still got that. I'll put that up. We will place that up one of these.
Over
But,
you.
we got a good dog, man. She loves the one thing I'll tell you is when I'm playing piano, I play piano, when she gets nervous or something, and the dog will literally sit next to me, man, and it relaxes her. You know what I'm saying? It's like I noticed that music is great for animals, man. They just relax. They'll lay next to you, you know what I'm saying? If it gets a little rockish, sometimes they'll get a little nervous and they'll go sit on the bed or something. But, I mean, look, we try to run a happy, peaceful home. That's it. We don't want to deal with nobody else's bullshit. I work my ass off every day. People have no idea the work I do. It's like
now people know why she's called Oreo. obviously. So, yeah. Oh, by
Well,
the
yeah,
way,
they had three different names for the dog. Sandwich. I'm like, why would you name this dog Sandwich? Like, who the hell would? Well, you want to put the dog in a sandwich and eat it? You know? And you know, I gotta be honest. The ASPCA, they do things. They're great there. They care about the dog, but they don't educate and they don't train. Because you know,
sandwich.
I went in there with my hat on when I first met this dog, and she literally showed me her teeth. And the girl goes, "Take off your hat." I said, "Okay." And I didn't want to do that, but I took my hat off, and she started getting comfortable. And then I wanted to literally say, which I held my mouth shut and not say it. I said, "Look," I said it in a different way. I said, "You know, because you make these people come in here and take their hat off because the dog is going to bite them or something with a hat on or whatever the case is." I said, we live in New York City. I said, if you take that hat off, you're training the dog. Okay, everybody in New York City is not good. They're going to all look like that. Now, that dog gets outside and sees people with hats on, and she goes after them and starts growling or something, and she bites one of them. I'm licensed on that dog. Who do you think's getting the bill? I'm responsible. You know what I'm
You,
saying? But why would you do that for? Why, you know,
yeah.
you understand where I'm coming from? People really do stupid things in this world, man. I don't understand how they're
Well,
not
look at
educated. You know,
look
why
at
can't you just fucking read what you see? Read
well,
it. Don't read, overlook it. Read
well.
every word because you
Listen,
don't know what you're
listen.
missing.
Look at all the comments you see on social media. That proves how many brain cell deficient humanoids are out there. That proves it.
After what I seen this week and today, I didn't even hardly comment. But after what I seen today, my mind is just blown away. I cannot believe how many imbeciles are on Facebook and how many uneducated people. You know, look, go to school and learn how to read seriously because if you can't comprehend what you're reading, and you'll sit there making assumptions that something means what you thought it meant because I only looked through it. You know, I didn't really read the whole paragraph. You have to read every single word because every word has a meaning. Remember
Hey,
that.
if
You
the
go to school, they make you read every word. If you think you're going to assume
if
that you know what the book said,
if
and
the
then you're going to go and answer the questions and get them wrong, you dumbasses, man.
if the super volcano at Yellowstone blew, they would actually be doing mankind a favor because there's a lot of scum. Like my grandfather used to say, skooma, skooma, skooma. Okay,
I'm
let
not
me
playing yet, but you know,
yeah, let me do one thing. I'll be back in 30 seconds. 30
yeah,
seconds.
yeah. Go
30
ahead.
seconds.
Well, you want me to play?
Yeah,
I
you can
actually had a
warm
couple
up.
of.
Warm up the fingers.
My fingers are always warmed up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually. I played a song the other. I think on one of these shows. I played it on the recording and let everybody hear it. So how about I do that one live? And it's already copywritten. That's the reason. You know, there's reasons behind things I do why I don't play certain things because there are a lot of thieves out there. We know they're gonna want to take that music. They hear a melody. The next thing you know, they're taking the melody and they're doing whatever they want with it. You know, it's just. But this is it's more. This song here is more in the I don't really know how to label it, but I'm gonna say I'm not. You know, I like Evanescence and stuff like that. You know, I'm really into that music. But these songs that I have right now that I'm gonna play tonight, this is gonna be sung by two females, and one is a star. Okay, and I'm not gonna mention the name, but we spoke about this, James. You know, I'm working with her hand on hand with a couple of other major major platinum producers out there who have written for like Frank Sinatra and you know a lot of different people and I choose to work with sometimes the older crowd and when it comes time to writing, you know, because you know the people that've been on tour, you know, because when you're collaborating with somebody that's been out there, you have a lot to write about. And there's a lot going on in the world, you know. Of course, I don't knock anybody, you know, if somebody has the talent to sit there and write, but I don't have time to waste. That's the problem. So, but getting back to this album that I'm writing now, the album I'm writing now is basically, you know, yeah, hold on one second. But the album I'm putting together now, it's basically, you know, this is, it sounds like a soft, slow song, but remember, I'm playing it on piano now. So once we get it to the, you know, I've ready to send it to the drummer who is Chad Ziegler. He's a very famous drummer, you know, I think people who know him. You know, he blew up when he was with Breaking Benjamin, and you know, just I don't want to go into it too detailed, but if you could give me 2 seconds, James, talk to them for a minute. I'll be right back. I'm just going to go grab a drink of water. Okay. All right, tell my dog to sit down over here. She's like sitting there, like waiting for me to play. All right, so I don't have a title for this yet, and I do have the words almost completed on this one. But as I said, I think of like the rock genre out there, but think about you can pretty much imagine in your head where I'm going to take this song, but people really can't imagine because I trust me, this is going to be a beautiful album. I got 2 albums I'm working on. I'm looking at 2 years time. I'll be releasing stuff as we go. Hopefully by Christmas we could do a single or something.
All right, this is Far Dark. The West African djembe drum used during the Mali Empire.
All right, let me just turn it up a little bit.
The lighting is great, Paul.
All right, so this song is a really slow tempo, and the thing is, on this song, the tempo changes. So it's going from a 3/4 into a 4/4, it's a very complex, technical. Because when I write, my chords might look simple, but they're not. All right, so here we go. You ready? I'm gonna go do this now.
Beautiful.
So when I write like I like to use a lot of classical notation in there. I like to, when I listen to other people's stuff, I just like when I hear it, I'm listening to it. It's everything like sounds alike after a while. It's like everybody is out there trying to do the same thing. So what I do is I restrict myself from listening to other people's music. I don't listen to the radio. I only listen to artists that I'm inspired by. And but I don't. If I'm gonna go and sit down and write that day, I'll make sure it's 3 days before I listen to anything. My head is clear, so that this way I'm fresh and I'm getting on my piano, I'm getting on my guitar, whatever I'm doing vocally, because I sing professionally, whatever the case is, my mind is clear. The only thing I got in my mind is the melodies I got in my head. I could, like my wife will tell you, I could sit here and literally play the piano for 6 hours straight with different melodies just coming from me, not using anybody else's stuff. So, and my whole thing is when I hear a song that I like, I want to hear a song that not only just the chorus is a good hook and it's a good catch. I like to hear songs that the entire song is a good catch. Like the verse sounds great and is catchy. And then you're going into a chorus that sounds catchy. The bridge is catchy. The whole song is catchy. It's just not a song where when they play it on the radio, they'll play it 100 times a day. So, in the beginning you go, I don't really like that song. Then you hear it 100 times and now it's stuck in your head. That's how they market you. But, to me, I like it to where an artist is going to play a song one time and people are going to enjoy that song. They go, yo, that's a hit. That's what I want to hear. I don't want to put album fillers in my songs, on the album. I'm not going to fill it up with just a bunch of garbage like the record. Oh, we'll just fill this up with this song, this song, this song. We'll make them like it. We're going to nail it in their brains. No, if you're going to be an artist, sit down and actually do the work. Like, most of these big time artists out there, they do the work, man. People think, oh, yeah, it's simple. You go in the studio, you record a song, get done. No, that's not true. Most of these people that write an album could take up to 3 to 4 years. Are you kidding me? It takes time. It's a lot. You got to remember, I'm writing the songs, but I'm also writing an orchestration. In my songs, I got an entire orchestra arrangement. I have to sit here. I write music out, sheet music. I can write everything. I have all the programs now, which is great because I could come in and, sometimes the programs are off. If I play, augmented chord or something, sometimes the program doesn't catch that. And you'll see a couple of notes off, when you're looking at the staff bar. And I have to change that around myself, Because if I'm going to put sheet music out and I want other like orchestras to play my music, I want all that, arrangement there. I want the sheet music there in parts and sections so that this way the conductor can see what's going on. That's important when you're writing.
Yeah. Now, Fart Doctor has a question. Who inspired you, Rock and Paul, as an artist?
All right, we'll get back. We're going to go way back. My dad was Papa Joe Mantia, the jazz drummer played with Miles Davis. He was with David Bowie. He did a lot of stuff out there, And this is back when I was, an infant. And, let's put it like this. I think I was about, I mean, I know that, there was always instruments around our house, and my brothers, you used to buy us the plastic little instruments when you're kids, They don't want you to get hurt, whatever the case is. But I was rocking back then. And I mean, literally shredding the guitar at 12, So, and, to me, yeah, it's great to be a shredder. But if you don't know the basics and you don't know, like, to me, my father was a jazz musician, he played everything. But he always told me, if you can learn how to play jazz and you can learn how to read this music, and, because a lot of kids don't want to do that. They're like, I don't want to learn how to read. But, I was always into it. I sat there and listened to everything he said, and I learned how to read. It's been a while. I could look at sheet music and read it. As far as sight reading these days, I don't really need to sight read because I can sit there and listen to anything I want and play it. It doesn't matter. I can hear something and I'll play it. I just start playing the song. I mean, sometimes, you got to figure out some notes because they're very distant to hear. But, I figure them out, man. And that's it. I mean, but I'm all about writing the album, getting it done right, bringing, instead of doing my, like violins and cellos and stuff on the keyboard. This is what we do. We bring the artist in that knows how to play these. This one has to. I do know how to play this, but the problem is the bridge when they endorsed this to me, and my cousin Vincent Mantia, he's a cello player for Manhattan Symphony Orchestra, the Philharmonic. you know, he's busy these days, but I have to ask him about this because the bridge on this, and I also I'm friends with, you know, a big company that makes, you know, antique. I mean, they got violins that are like, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars, but I haven't had the chance. But there's something wrong with the bridge. It's not proper. And then the bow, the bow, I ended up using it on my guitar and playing it on the guitar because, you know, I use a bow on the guitar because I want that a different sound. And the horse, I think it's horse hairs they use. The hairs they popped, so it didn't work on the metal strings. I mean, I guess it's more for this. I think they do sell it like that, but you know, so this is what we want to use. We want to use live instruments, real instruments. I don't want to hear like programmed this and that. Oh, I sampled this in the song and I did this and I no. See, I grew up learning. See, when I grew up, we didn't have all this equipment. You know, I was using. I know you remember it. Remember the little tape cassette players? They had, you put the tape in and you push. I had 8 of them, okay? Because the reason why I had 8 is I wanted to play different instruments on different tracks. And, you know, back then I didn't know too much about recording equipment. We had a reel to reel, but, you know, that was something my father didn't want me touching that. You know, it was his pride and joy. And what I would do is I would record my guitar track on the first tape player. And then I'd have another empty tape on the other one and getting that ready while the guitar track's playing. I'd be laying, you know, another guitar track down, and then vice versa. You go to the third recorder, you're doing the same thing. Now you got those 2 playing, and people would say, "How can you know when to start them together?" I said, "Because, you know, I don't know how I did it. I don't remember how I did it back then, but it worked. It worked." And you know, how did I mix it? My grandmother went and buy me a recording system eventually, and you know, I had a nice studio at the age of, I don't know, God, man, like 11, 12 years old. I had a nice studio, you know, $10,000 studio. She invested the money. She said, "You know what? He's so talented that he never had a lesson in his life to get behind the keyboard and play like that. I jump behind the piano, start playing, you know, just, you know, I was playing like that when I was younger, man, you know." And she said, for somebody, because back then we didn't have internet, you know, but I guess it's from being around music your life, you know what I mean? When you're around musicians and you're around family that play. My dad didn't want me to do this. He said, "Oh, go be a doctor, be a lawyer. You're smart, man." He goes, "You can." I said, "Listen, but that's not in me. I want to do what I want to do. I don't want my parents forcing me, telling me what I want to do, you know?" I said, "I'll be successful with this. Don't worry." And I mean, you're my father. We got the blood, you know? And I was successful, but it didn't happen overnight. It did not happen overnight. Trust me. You know, it happened. I had every day of my life. That's all I did. My friends back then will tell you, my family will tell you, I didn't want to listen to anybody. They go, "Yo, listen, man, you're not going to make it. It's 1 in a million." I said, "You know what? 1 in a million. Don't feed me that bullshit." I said, because if you want something bad enough, you'll get it, but you have to work for it.
Yeah.
If you don't work for it, it's not going to, you know, some people get it handed down to them. They got a connection. "Oh, here's a hand me down." It didn't really work like that for me. You know, I was playing in the Concord Hotel, you know, back in the Catskill Mountains, Kiamisha Lake. A lot of people don't know it because it's gone now, but that's when my father was playing in the show bands out there, big show bands, you know. And I was playing with my band in there one night, and you know, Ringo Starr and Billy Preston, they were in the house, you know, and it was the All Star band, and they were in the house playing that night, and you know, the management were there. It was a big night. I mean, huge. A lot of people packed up that Concord, you know. And I was in a place called the Night Owl Lounge performing with my band. And during showtime, we don't perform because the show's going on. But after the show, we were performing, and you know, I was up on stage, and guess who walks in? So, you know, everybody knows Joe Walsh. So he walks in because a lot of famous celebrities hang out there, you know. I mean, Andrew Dice Clay hung out there, you know, that was his hangout. All big people, even Donald Trump went there, you know. They were all there. He was looking to buy the place and build casinos back in the day. But Sullivan County, New York didn't want casinos because, you know, the old 80-year-old people, "Oh, we don't want that coming here." So now you got to look at the town now. It's a ghost town, you know. They got the raceway. But
Anyway,
getting back to it, so.
Yeah, good morning, Masumi from Tokyo, Japan. Good morning, my dear. Good morning.
Good morning, Masumi. How you doing?
Good. All right. Now, what were you saying before?
So, you know, basically, I mean, hold on a minute.
Yeah, let's bang
So
out.
I told, you know, I'm just telling you how I got my break real quick. So I was on stage with Joe, and Joe has been there before, you know what I mean? And he came up and he started playing Hotel California. You know, I wasn't a singer back then. I was a guitarist, and I had keyboards. we had a singer. It was a female vocalist for the band, and they were singing it, man, and I'm playing, and he left, and then later on that night we were doing our second set, and some guy walks in. He's sitting right in front of the because the stage was like, okay, say the stage is right in front of me, and then in the Concord it was called the Night Owl Lounge. So right by the stage they had the table set up like right there where the stage is there, you're here. So he's sitting there, and he suit, he looked very rich, wearing Rolex watch, old jewelry, and he's watching me, And then when I got off the stage, he said, "Hey, come over here for a minute, son." He's like, I know your dad's Joe, man. He's great, amazing drummer. He's talking, and he said, "The bartender told me your name's Paul Mantia." He said, "Listen, I want to talk to you for a minute." He goes, "You ever hear of Billy Preston?" I said, "Nah, I never heard the name. I know his songs, but I didn't know his name." Okay. And he goes, "Well, Billy Preston was the fifth Beatle. He was on the show tonight playing, B3 organs and keyboards." And I did watch the show. Amazing, And basically, I was backstage, though. I should have been up front. But anyway, he goes, "Well, he's really interested in your playing. He thinks you're amazing." So he said, let's step out into the lobby area, because they had a lobby out there, and then you have the showroom, and there was the Carlton room there. And I remember everything. I grew up in that hotel. So, basically we sat out there with Billy, and he introduced himself, and he said, "Listen, Paul, we're going to cut to the chase. I want to sign you on. And what I'm going to do is in 2 months from now," he said, I'm going to be doing my Billy back tour. He said, "But I'm not going to put you on stage in the beginning yet. We got to get in the studio, rehearse you, and, blah, blah, blah." And so, basically that's where I caught my break. He flew me to California 2 months later, kept his word. And the guy actually came to New York. He met my grandmother, because I was still, 17. He met my grandmother. My grandmother just wanted to know I was going to be safe, man. My grandmother was like, "Oh, my God, it's Billy Preston." She knew him. He wrote the song "You Are So Beautiful," for Joe Cocker. So she knew who he was. She grew up with him, you know what I mean? And she's like, "Oh, my God, it's really you. I thought this was fake," blah, 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 And at the time, it was weird because, not to bring anything bad about my dad, but when we called him and my grandmother said, "Listen, Billy Preston is sitting in the house right now and getting ready to take Paul over to California with him, flying there with him." He's like, "Stop lying to me, come on, Ma, don't lie to me, don't give me the shit." And my father, instead of saying, "Wow, congrats," and Billy grabbed the phone and said, "Mr. Mantia, it's true." He said, "It's true." He goes, "And you're going to see your son on stage soon." And that was it. He cut it and we left. I left the next morning, actually. He stayed. My grandmother set him up with a guest room and everything. He stayed at the house, She fed him, and that's it. I left and I stayed at his house, you know what I mean? And I had a nice big-ass bedroom he gave me. They got pianos, pool. The pool was shaped piano. His parents lived there with him. His mother, his dad, they were very old. He had a cook. Really nice people, man. And then, the mother sat there telling me, "So do you know how Billy got started?" She said, "I used to be a pianist for the gospel church, and Billy used to play with me in the gospel church." She threw, it was amazing, the story, and she's like, "Billy has always been talented. He got on that piano, and his mom played piano, man, beautifully. They had beautiful pianos, studio, everything there. 9-bedroom house. I mean, right in Hollywood, man. You know what I mean?"
Yeah.
So, that's how I got started. And I took my life from there. And I just kept moving and moving and moving. And
they had an
piano shaped pool, man. Piano shaped pool, Olympic size piano shaped pool with a mansion. Beautiful, man. Oh yeah, forget it, man.
All right, let's do some jazz.
He played on the, in the Let It Be album. Do you know that Billy Preston was the one that was playing piano on the roof in France? He's the one that played Let It Be on the roof with them, and he was the first black artist to ever perform with Let It Be, and on that album with them, and the only black artist that performed with them. And they consider him the fifth Beatle, and a lot of people don't even realize that. I mean, a lot of the artists, they know it, but the people that are out there, the fans, they have no clue, man. Like, it's just, I'm grateful, and I'm blessed to have met and had the chance to meet like big legends. I toured with Buzzy Linhart. "Gotta Have Friends." You remember that song? He wrote it for Bette Midler.
Yeah.
I toured with another person by the name of Perry Robinson, who was a clarinetist, a famous clarinetist. He was in his 80s, and I was working over in Hoboken, New Jersey with him at a school he was actually teaching at. And I would go with him every week, and I'd meet him, and I'd go out there with him, and I'd help him out, and I'd be performing on guitar with him for the kids. It was great. I worked with a lot of people, man. I enjoyed my life back then, and
was there a
hope
song
we could get back.
Was there a song called "A Friend in Need Is a Pain in the Ass"?
I don't know. I don't think so.
No, I'm only all right. Let's do some jazz.
So, well, you want to play jazz? I mean, contemporary tonight, you know. But go into something else. I performed this in Yonkers about 3 years ago. I got about 20,000 hits on the video, man. All right.
Yeah, if
I
any of
do a
you,
lot of playing. I play a
okay.
lot, man, all day, you know. Well, it's like normally I spend about 5 hours a day, man, you know. Something that hasn't been put out yet, but we wrote this. I wrote this in Billy Preston in the studio, and I did get the permission actually to write it and put it out, man, and to use the words. You know, I'm in full connection with the family members, and you know, so man, I just do a little bit of it. Life just come. I don't know where I've been. All's well in my heart. From all another star. I say, where have you been? Where have you been all of this time? Where have you been on that road of mine? Where have you been all of this time? All of this pain I'm sitting back behind my mind. All of the time all of the pain I find. All my time without you there, the pain left behind. Where have you been all this time? Where have you been all this time? I don't know where to go from here. Don't know where to go from here. All of the That's all I'm going to do tonight on that song because I'm still working on the other parts. But the song I wrote with Billy Preston while I was out there, you know, and touring with him. And, you know, but I'll be honest though, in the beginning, don't think that the minute we got out there on tour, I was right up on stage. It didn't work like that. And I'm not like embarrassed to say this, you know, but I was kind of like the towel boy, you know, in the beginning, you know, learning the ropes because I was still in the studio learning the songs, you know, and, you know, I kind of like, you know, I wasn't a gopher, but you know, when Billy was on stage, you know, and if he was sweating or something, I'd bring him a towel. I'd bring him a drink of water. You know, nobody ever, you know, they don't really consider doing things like that. You know, it's like you're up on stage, you're sweating to death. Sometimes, you know, the management they don't handle that shit. You know what I mean? It's fucked up. You know, and the drug life out there. Thank God I didn't get heavily involved like that when I was out there. I only cared about my music, but you know, I'm not going to speak of anything. You know, about what went on with him, you know what I mean? But, you know, God rest his soul, he passed away in 2006. But look, I have one thing to say about Billy. He gave me that chance, man. You know, he saw my talent. He believed in me. He gave me my break out there. You know, and you got to learn to appreciate other artists. You can't say, "Oh, I'm the best in the world." You know, there's artists that you know, I look up to like Elton John. You know, I look at the people that that music back then when they used to drive it out there, Lionel Richie, you know, Billy Ocean. People don't even listen to this stuff. You know, yeah, but they added in their songs, but they're sampling stuff, but they don't even know who the hell the artist is. You know, it's like at least do research on the people that put these songs together because back then music was different. Music, had a lot, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the music today, but it was different. That it felt like there was more feeling put into the music. If you listen to Elton John, he doesn't sound like Billy Joel. You know what I'm saying? Like today you listen to Justin Bieber and he sounds like somebody else. It's like they're all doing the same rhythm. It's like this is the rhythm they got out there. I was playing this rhythm when I was 5 years old. Listen. But you gonna tell me that a bit I mean, come on. It's a great rhythm. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not knocking it. It's stuff like that, played on guitar, whatever. So it's like, this is more of a show of a learning show to me. You can play these things on acoustic. I don't know if this is tuned or not, but it's like, but what I'm trying, my point is when I listen to an artist, I don't want to hear you sounding like another artist. I don't want to hear in your verse another artist's verse. I don't want to hear, this artist taking a melody out of somebody else's song and you're using it in part of your song. Oh, we're going to put it in this half of the sentence and then we're going to change it here. If you're going to be original, be fucking original, man. Stop stealing people's art. Start stealing their music, and be original. Create your own shit. Because guess what? The artists that are behind the scenes like us right now, we can hear everything you're doing. It's like you're cheating, you're stealing from people. That's not an artist. That's not talent.
But
if you have talent, you got talent. That's it.
I hear that all the time. I hear bits and pieces of everyone's music.
Well, that's why I don't put nothing out until it's copywritten because I don't trust nobody.
Yeah,
I won't even put a brand new song out and people go, "Oh, please, please, oh, can I hear them? I know you got a new song you're working on, please." No, hell no. When it's copywritten and it's done, I don't want to put bits and pieces of the song out. When it's copywritten and done, that's what you're gonna hear. That's it. I'm not playing that shit. I know how people are.
It could be the beginning of the song. It could be lyrics, melody. It could be any.
A lot of them, they'll take any part of your song. It don't matter, And they think because they only use 2 chords and it kind of sounds like it, but it doesn't really sound like it. But we can change this note around to make it sound like this. That's why I don't listen to the radio. When I'm recording and I'm in the studio, you don't ever see me, you won't see me doing that.
Right.
I just kind of like keep a fresh, clean mind where I'm not listening to other people's stuff so that I can focus and concentrate on what I'm writing. And I'm not writing somebody else's shit. Because I'll ask my wife, "Have you ever heard this?" Or I'll even take the song and put it into Google. You can do that now. You can actually post a song up into Google and it'll tell you if there's a melody out there like yours. And that's it. I like to be sure and check it because I don't want to sound like nobody else. I got my own sound. That's it, So give me 2 seconds, James. Talk to them. I got to take an intermission. Back to these messages. Where did James go? He's not there. I guess James took a walk too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you should hear Paul on the electric guitar, man. I think some of you have heard him.
Yeah, maybe we could do something. We'll see.
Like something that sounds like Santana, Black Magic Woman, or whatever.
It depends what I have in here because I'm working on different projects in here right now. And let's see what I have in the songs that So much stuff in here, man.
No, I have absolutely no alcoholic beverages in the house, Fart Doctor. I have nothing. I have to go get me some, but I wish they sold individual.
Yeah, I don't drink, man, so I don't have to worry about it. But we do keep it around here. Hold on. It's good for if you ever, if somebody has a cold, it's good for it.
I wish they sold individual bottles.
But the Crown Royal, man, Crown Royal.
Crown Royal, yeah, a good single malt Scotch whiskey. If just in case you're feeling under the weather, I guess.
I'm not sure what I got going on here, but let me check. Oh yeah, I can play that track maybe.
Or you could put fresh lemon wedges into a light, something like a vodka or gin. That's good for colds. I bet the alcohol extract the medicinal value. And
I got a track. I have something I can definitely play.
Ginger, don't forget ginger slices. You can put that.
Oh yeah, and here's the other thing now. Now listen, a lot of people they tune their guitars to standard tuning.
Yeah.
I don't tune my guitar to standard tuning, man. My guitar is not like drop C and then they got drop D. There's two strings on my guitar, which I'm not gonna say, that I tune. One gets tuned flat and the other gets tuned like sharp. And it gives a sound to my guitar that is just amazing, man. I love it. And people go, why when I play my guitar and I'm trying to hit that note that you're playing on the standard tuning, I can't find the note.
Don't give him your secrets. Don't give no.
I don't give you my. I'm not telling you. I'm not going to tell you what I'm. So you can go and take that and if you're a guitarist, you're a keyboardist, you can figure it out for yourself. But a keyboardist can figure out the note and go, but whatever. Oh, that's what he tuned the string to. They can figure it out, if they slow the song down. But whatever. But I'll play. This is a track that I put together on drum. With the drums I had done from somebody else. I did the bass here myself. Guitars, organs, whatever I played on it. But I'll do the lead part in there. So, I'll play the lead, and I'm not going to stay too long tonight because I have to work. I have my own business, but I have work tomorrow. So tomorrow's a long day. Tomorrow's laundry day. Bags and bags and bags and bags and bags of laundry. And that's what happens.
It's only two. You're only two people in the house.
Oh no! I'm a fashion designer, James.
Oh,
bags and bags and bags and bags of laundry that have to be washed after you make the product.
Oh, you mean product? Ah.
You think, okay, what happens? What do you think after I dye the product happens? You think I just dry it? No, that product has to go into a wash. It's got to get washed because number one, even though the dye's all out of it, I want to make sure that everything's out of it and the product smells good when the customer gets it.
You have a leprechaun that comes around and goes, be Lucky Charms.
Yeah, I wish I had like the what do they call it? The Willy Wonka chocolate factory, man.
Oh, the Oompa Loompa.
If I could get the little Oompa. What are they called? The Oompa Loompas. I remember them. I wish I could get them to work for me. Those guys are the best workers in the world, man.
Oh yeah,
they're the best. You
get fired.
Yeah, man, they're the best. Where we find them? Where can we get those little green men, man, to come here and work for us?
Well, they're not green anymore. In the new Willy Wonka, they're like Indians. They're brown skin.
Oh my God.
But yeah, you can hire. You don't even have to hire them. Just give them chocolate. And they'll work for free.
Let me set this up, James. Let me set up a couple guitar tracks in here. Right. I'm on the screen here. You can't see that. But
here to entertain you. We are here to entertain you. I have no booze in the house. Oh yeah, the people. I'm telling you, people would really love to see your product line under that black light. I guarantee.
Oh yeah.
It's stunning. Well, they see one sample of your product. You're wearing it.
All right, main out. 7.
All right. Well, you usually have a busy work day on Sunday morning, generally, or just once in a while.
No, we're doing different things now. So now we're kind of
Yeah, I'll be doing that barbecue show with BC Beer Reviews tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Time.
so
I had to talk with him. Yeah.
so I got my backing track and I'm gonna add the guitar on it, but I already wrote the guitar out, so I'll just play the back. I'm gonna play a little bit for you, and then I'm gonna show some tie-dye, some glow-in-the-dark stuff, and then we're gonna call it a night because I got to get up early. I got to be up at 5:30 tomorrow morning, man. At least 6 o'clock to get prepared. And well, I got things to do in the morning. I got a meeting at 7 a.m. So, and it doesn't matter. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I don't think of life as weekends anymore because I don't go out and party. I don't do that shit.
Yeah, but sometimes the last time you had a meeting, the guy didn't contact you.
Oh no, this is confirmed, man. This is I got a meeting with somebody overseas in the UK talking about ordering some boat tie-dye, and for Christmas, and because people are having a lot of problems getting product for Christmas. All the store owners around here, they're pulling their hair out of their head. They're like, listen, I can't even get my hands on anything right now. I got what I got in stock downstairs. That's it.
Yeah.
I said, well, the best thing is you have a guy like me that lives right by you that can produce, 10,000 pieces a month if you want it done. But, I said, look, people around here don't want to pay. So I'm not $1.99 store. I said, you're not going to come to me and buy a shirt for $5. I'm not doing that. I said, my shit starts at $25. That's it. And up. You want good quality, you want good material, and you want something one of a kind. Nobody has, no two alike. Be yourself, be unique, be different, buy here. That's it.
And we forgot to tell the people that your special dyes are guaranteed not to wash out and fade.
Yeah, there's they could go online, they could go to my Facebook and ask anybody they want. Just type it in there. People have listen, so many people got my product and so many designers I've worked with out there. They said never. I got people who email me. I got shirts from 7 years ago, bro. They're still great. Look just like this. Beautiful, man. Never washed out, never faded. They washed it 100 times. You know what I mean? And when you do like jobs for like Macy's or something, they take your tie-dye. When you send it to them, they're going to test the clothing out. They don't automatically buy from you. They're going to run it through a washer 100 times. They're making sure that product is not washing out because they don't need their customer buying something off the shelf, take it home. They wash it in the washer. It gets all over their other clothes. Now their other clothes, the dye bled into everything else. Nah, you shouldn't. You can't do that to a customer. I can't do it. I'm not going to just do half-ass work. You know what I mean? And people think somebody said something to me today. Well, I'm saying, oh, come on, you really can make a living out of doing this? I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Are you serious?
I'm like, I've been living on this company for 12 years. It's supported me, okay?
I know.
All right, the last past 2 years, no. Because the 2 years with the COVID, I just couldn't, I was depressed during that time, man. With all that shit going on.
I know a guy that put his kids through college with a hot dog stand in Manhattan. Are you kidding me? Can you make a living out of tie-dye?
Yeah, can you make a living out of that? She asks me. I'm like, then she starts, I'm out there selling. I got my table set up and all that. And this woman starts talking about sex and how she ate some, I'm not even going to say what she said. It was disgusting, okay? And I'm like, listen, I have customers around here. There are little kids walking around. And you are sitting here yelling at the top of your lungs, telling us about your sex life that we don't even want to hear this. I'm like, I don't even know who you are. I'm like, can you please just get the fuck away from my table, please? That was the third time I said it to her. Like, get away. I have customers. Don't, why are you standing behind the table? Get out of here. And she's a woman that stands on the street corner for the last 30 years. I remember her in the Bronx. She stands on the corner dressed very well, asking everybody for money. This woman has a damn apartment in Central Park. A fucking penthouse, okay? She's a panhandler. Now, you wouldn't be out there for 30 years every day of your life doing that if you weren't making money, okay? And she's got a way about it when people come by. Oh, how you doing? Oh, I love you. I love you. Oh, and then she'll start talking to you about her problems, and people, she does it purposely because if you She won't leave until you give her something. You know, that's what I seen. I said, oh, you're the type that you'll stick like glue until you'll annoy the shit out of them until they say, yeah, just take the fucking money and go. You know, get away from me. It's crazy, man. And the cops, they ain't gonna do nothing. You know, listen, we watched the guy. Literally, you got to. I did take pictures. This guy was living right under the train station, by the stores. Okay, this guy had a fucking kitchen set up under the station. He had his bed. He had the entire block. He looked like he moved his whole fucking apartment. He was cooking over there, you know, chilling, drinking beer, his feet up. He had his TV over there,
and the
right across the street, man. And the cops did. It took them 3 months to get him out of there, man. They didn't do nothing. But
he's a vagrant. He's a vagrant.
Yeah, but listen to this though, okay? Mm-hmm. Now I watched somebody being honest, and they just set up their little spot to go and sell things, and the cops came over and took his shit and took him to jail and told him he can't sell without a license, okay? But you'll let a fucking guy live under a train station, smelling and drunk with kids walking by in the daytime, while he's sitting there in his fucking underwear. Are you kidding me? Really? That's okay. You know what I think he was? A narc. I think he was sitting there to catch the drug addicts, man, because even the store owners couldn't get him out of there. It's like, are you kidding me?
That's strange.
Like, what?
Well,
and then the one lady goes, well, he's homeless. He's got to live somewhere. I said, yeah, but you don't move in a neighborhood, a nice, wealthy neighborhood, and make it look like trash. He's got garbage everywhere, man. You know, it was disgusting, man. If you're going to do that, at least be clean and keep the earth clean. Throw the fucking shit in the trash. Don't throw your shit all over the place. Right. Dirty needles laying around. Come on, man. What's wrong with this world?
Hey, that's Bill de Blasio for you. Bill de Blasio's New York, you know.
No, his name is not de Blasio. His name is Dick Blasio. Now, hold on. I'm going to show you a picture of him.
What's his name? Curtis Lee, if he became mayor.
Here, let me show you de Blasio. Here, this is a painting I did when he started pulling all that shit. You see this painting?
Oh,
okay.
Wow.
You see this building right here? Yeah. You see that? What does that look like to you?
Looks like a penis.
Yeah, that's Dick Basio's building right there. Because he's a dick. And here's his governor friend right here, you know, with the pussy. Dick and pussy right here. See that? And but you can't, you know, now when people look at this painting, it's, you know, look, I was painting what I felt because people were joking on him, and I said, "Look, I'm going to name him Dick Basio because he's."
What about his wife that wears the pants in the family? The boss of the house, his wife, de Blasio's wife. She's probably bossy.
I don't know too much about his wife, man. You know, I met him a long time ago, but it's just.
Well,
I don't have too much good things to say about him, you know.
Yeah, well, his wife looks like she's a typical bossy, nagging. You know, she's a. He's in an interracial marriage.
Yeah, who knows what she's in, man? Who cares?
Yeah. Well, I know.
Hey, give me a second.
Certain.
Give me a moment. I gotta get a pic, man.
Yeah.
This song requires a pic, so I gotta see if I got
one. Certain females are very domineering, from what I hear.
Ronnie didn't say nothing now.
Hint, hint. Wink, wink. Nod, nod.
You know, the worst thing in the world for a guitar player, the worst thing for a guitarist is I got hundreds of picks, but when I'm playing, I'm sitting here performing, you know, recording. Sometimes the picks drop. I don't pick them up. I grab another one. I'm always losing them, man.
So you got picks. So you're picking up picks constantly.
I don't know where they went, man. They disappeared. And we don't run the vacuum cleaner, you know, direct around this area. What I do with the vacuum is because there's a lot of wiring, and I don't want, I get a dust blower. I blow all the dust out of the equipment, the electronics, taking care of them. You got to do that because dust will kill your equipment. And I'm going to tell you right now, I spent tens and tens of thousands of dollars on what I have sitting here. And there's no way in hell I'm going to let my equipment get destroyed. No way. You know, I mean, I put a lot of money in. I invested a lot of money into this now, this time around, you know. I mean, I've had a studio, $200,000 studio back, you know, back. I had the SSL boards. I had all that big shit, but I don't need that. I got everything I need compacted right here. The best boards, you know. But we're gonna perform. I found the pick.
Listen, one of these Saturdays, I want to do some wild heavy, hardcore,
Actually,
jazz,
but,
and
but
rock. I want to bang this freaking drum. I want to go nuts. One of these Saturdays. You know, we won't do love songs or anything like that. We'll do hardcore stuff. So, you know,
I got a lot of, I have lots of guitars, man, and I absolutely love this one that they endorsed me, man. This Gibson, oh my God, it's so light. It's like a Parker. The Parkers they came out with, you're like, you know, I mean, this one here is my baby, man.
yeah, those are
You know,
good
this
looking.
is my real expensive Jackson, man. You know, this is my baby. You know, this one has really 36 frets.
Yeah.
And it's yeah, I love this guitar, man. You know, but this one, I'm gonna use this one, I think, on that.
Yeah, that's a good looking guitar. That white one. Look at that shape, man. Look at that
Oh
shape.
yeah,
The both
yeah,
of them.
something new. Yep.
Oh yeah. The both of them are.
I'll show you the bass too before we start. So, you know, this is a beautiful jazz bass, man.
Oh wow.
I love it. I love it. I did this song, the track that I'm gonna play for you with this bass here, and they endorsed me this one as well. So you can see, look, you see the shape, custom, man.
Yeah. Look at the wild shape.
You see, no, the shapes are like almost the same, you know, on the bass and the guitar. And I love these, man. When I got it, I said, oh man, you know, the strings that they had on it, they sucked. I got rid of the strings. I was like, nah, that's just not what I want to use, you know. And what was happening on the bass, the strings, and on this guitar, the strings were hurting my fingers, and I'm going, nah, these are not what I use. I don't want smooth. I want smooth strings, you know, that I'm not gonna be hurting myself with. But you know.
Well, I love staring at the shape. I think it's very, it's like a sculptor, an abstract sculptor made it, you know.
Yeah, man. It's nice. All right, so let's get into this because I do have to close this after we do a couple of tie-dyes showing, and yeah, I'm gonna. The only thing about these bright lights, man, you know what they do? Even though the air conditioning's on in here or whatever, when it's on, it's cool out tonight, but like if I'm playing, my energy levels hardcore, and I'll be drenched. I'll be drenched when I'm done. You know.
Lower the main light. Lower the main light. Dim it.
Yeah, because it's hot. It's an LED and they're real strong, powerful bulb. You know what I mean?
So, there you go.
And we can do it like that. You know?
Yeah.
And this backlight's got to go off because I have the backlight on for my board back there so I can see. So
yeah.
All right, let me start this, James, and I'm gonna let me just make sure the back. This is the track I did. So okay, I want to get it turned up a little bit. All right. Okay. There we go. Let's just make sure. Let me do a sound check here. How does that sound to you? Good?
Yep.
Okay. Well, let's get this on the roll then. Let me do the guitar. I'm going to play the guitar in here. All right. All right. So ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds great.
Yeah, I'm sweating my ass off now, but
Oh,
I'll show you what
that's
every
because you
guitar.
need. That's because you need higher BTU. Well, you can't, because then you'll. That's another. That's another talk.
No, it's cool. It's cool in here. That's not the problem. The problem is no matter how cold it is, an artist that's going to put out their energy is going to sweat, and it doesn't matter because you can be in a freezing room. If you're playing and you're feeling that music, you're going to sweat. It don't it's the energy that's coming out of you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it all depends. It's just depends on the artist, who the artist is. What they're doing, how they're performing. Everybody's different in the world. So I know when Chad gets up there playing them drums, man. When he's killing it up there for Stain, man, you guys sweating your ass off, man. You got shit dripping off of you like crazy.
That's because they're under bright lights.
Oh, forget about it, man. The lights will kill you. I used to have, like, when I go on stage, right in front of me, I would bring, like, you remember the metal fans, the round metal ones, the good ones? We would put one of the, they're warehouse fans, man. They're nice. Put it right in front of the stage and the fan be blowing up on me, you know what I mean? So this way I wouldn't be sweating, but sometimes you're not always in front of it. You're going to walk away, you're in extremely high energy when you're on stage, man. That's it. It's just like, there's no.
Oh yeah, the psychotic trolls, they have no life, honestly. They really don't. They're sick in the head. They're not happy unless they sabotage other people and their lives. Fart
You are right. And you are right about that. All right, let me get this. I'm just, while we're on, I'm setting up for tomorrow and I got to do some shit.
Well, the new setup with the camera and the lighting is really great. I mean, it really is. You can see everything.
Yeah, you can.
You know,
it's nice, you know what I mean? So. Yeah, man. That's shredding. I took the echo off for a reason because somebody said something else to me. He goes, "Can you shred like that without the echo on?" He said, "Because the echo and the reverb kind of like distance out the sound, so I can't really hear what you're doing." I said, "Oh yeah, hold on a minute, brother." All right.
Here we go.
Hey, look, I'm not showing off, but I am showing off. But it's my pride and joy. The music is my love. That's it. You know.
Bravo, bravo.
It's good. It's good to be multi-talented, man. I am like I said, I'm blessed that I'm gifted to be able to. I can play the piano. I can sing. I can play drums if I want. And I have drummers that do that. I can program the drums on the keyboard, but that track that you just heard that was done by I'm not going to mention the guy's name yet until we release it, but it was that was done by a jazz drummer, man. Fusion jazz. One of my dad's old buddies, man. And he dropped the track for me. I laid the bass part down. He said, "Oh man, you can fucking play, bro." He's like, "You can slap that bass, man." He goes, "It's so clean and crisp." He goes, and then the piano and all the B3 organs I dropped in there. He's like, "Beautiful, man." He goes, he was more than honored to lay the track for me. He laid it. I said, we'll work out the royalties and the credits, and that's it. We'll release it. Release it as an I have an instrumental album I'm also working on too. So, I have an instrumental album coming out. I got sax players coming. I got a nasty violinist that I'm working with. She's over in, I don't mean nasty in a nasty way like that. I mean, but I'm saying she could play. You know what I'm saying? She's over in the UK. So soon, hopefully, we can get everything gathered and together and we can start doing live shows with other people actually performing. I have to set all that up. That's where I'm not mechanically inclined when it comes time to this video and streaming. I mean, I know how to hook all my stuff up, but I don't know how to get it to where my board is interacting with, like the board being directly plugged into the internet system. And you can't X like, when you get into the softwares, you try to call these people, they don't answer, man. You can't even get an answer. You have something wrong with your equipment, you got to figure the shit out yourself. That's it, So the great thing is when I first bought all this new stuff, I wasn't really familiar with the new softwares. I was having serious problems, man. I mean, the board wasn't working or the software wasn't interacting with the board. This wasn't in sync. My MIDI wasn't in sync. And it literally took me like 3 months. And I said, before I go live and before I have clients come in, I said, I need to learn my new equipment. So I learned every single thing about my equipment. So if anything goes wrong, I automatically know what's wrong now. You know what I mean? Because I've had so many problems in the past that I learned from those mistakes. Even reading, you can read all you want, man. And sometimes they don't even specify. You can look things up online. Why is this going wrong? It doesn't come up. So they leave it to you to figure it out yourself. You know what I mean? And then sometimes the problem's also on the software. The software gets updated and all of a sudden your software has glitches, and you're sitting there going, wait a minute, why is the number one thing is to me, I don't ever and I never will have any latency in anything because the board that I bought, it doesn't have latency. It controls the latency. I don't ever, never, no latency at all. It's all dead on. I hit my keyboard. I say something, this is running regularly, it's an audio, but MIDI, the piano, I run it MIDI because I want to get all the sounds off my computer. So the minute I hit it, there's no latency. So, I remember having a system back in the day where I would hit the freaking keyboard and it would take, literally like 3 to 4 seconds to hear the sound. I would hit it, and then it go ding, like, what, like, are you kidding me? So, this time I said to myself, I'm gonna, well, back then, it was because of the software. They weren't like, the software wasn't that great back then, But now I said I'm gonna spend the money because why go buy something that's, not gonna do what I needed to do and spend all that money because you're gonna be cheap. when it comes time to studio equipment, you can't be cheap, man. You can't just go, I'm gonna go buy this $100 machine and I'm gonna be a superstar tomorrow. It doesn't work like that, man. The equipment is expensive as hell. It's not cheap, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, wiring alone. I mean, I got like 300 wires in here, you know, for everything I'm running. And the wires, some of the wires cost $100, man, with the gold tip on it, you know. It's not cheap. It's like, so if a wire goes bad, you think I'm going to go and buy an extra one? No. I'm mechanically inclined. I'm electronically inclined. I went to school for it, you know, and I learned about electronics. You know, I can actually take my wires and redo them, you know. So that's the best thing about it. The wire goes bad, but what I do is I take care of my equipment. If I'm going to roll up a wire, I roll the wire up properly so nothing bends and nothing breaks inside the wiring, you know. And I learned that back in the day by, you know, mistakes I made when I was on tour. By, you know, I would just throw the guitar cord right in the box, man, and then, you know, you constantly do that, and eventually it's not going to work anymore, and you're going to get buzzing and hissing, and fuck that. This my studio, it's so clean in here. The quality is amazing.
No, I believe it. I believe it. Now, Fart Doctor, apparently there's a new scam, Paul, in New York. Have you ever go to a restaurant that charges a COVID charge now on top of the taxes and tips?
What? Are you kidding me? A COVID charge? Wait. What do you mean?
Who's doing
wait. I need to hear about this. Tell them to type. We need information on this. Wait. We're gonna do a show on this tomorrow.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna start doing Chisler's Hall of Shame again. Consumer advocate shit. This is an out and out ripoff. Really,
a COVID surcharge?
What establishment charged?
I think you should go fart on their asses.
Wait a minute. What establishment? I'm going to tear them to pieces. What establishment charged you a COVID charge? What restaurant? Fart Doctor.
Wow.
Talk about a scam. Hold on. He says they automatically add that to the bill at most restaurants in Manhattan. You hear this?
Oh, yeah.
Automatically add a COVID charge to the bill. I always knew Manhattan restaurants were like a tourist trap and a ripoff, but this takes the cake.
It is. I mean, I've seen a lot. I've seen a couple of things today, and I'm just turning the light on so everybody can see me.
What a bunch of crooks. They are.
I'm not too happy about it, man. You know, and it's like I know that they're doing things out there, and I think New York is the worst state that we can ever live in at this point, because it used to, you know, New York before COVID was the most beautiful thing happening, man. Everybody was making money, businesses were thriving, you know, people were happy. There was not as much crime, not even court.
Now I wish they go under. Now I wish New York restaurants go belly up.
Well, they destroyed it, and it's not. You can't blame it. Now we got to think now. Well, you can blame that on the restaurants, because that's illegal for them to do. That, I think, I consider price gouging. That's, you know, fraudulent to do something like that. And if they try to charge me a COVID charge, I'm going to take the food and I'm going to throw it right in their faces, and I'll probably get arrested and thrown in jail. But look, you know,
Paul, Don Angie in the West Village, a place called Don Angie in the West Village does it, and Serafina does it.
Oh, wait, I heard of Serafina. Wait, where is Serafina located? Doctor. Hey, doctor, tell me where that's located.
Yeah, what part of the city?
I know that restaurant, Serafina. I know that one.
I used to blame Mexican resort areas for being crooks and ripping off the tourists, but as a tourist trap. But this is worse.
But does he knows about that now? Restaurants, any business that is a public business, and I read it today, and he posted it. This fucking Dick Bazio. Any business that is caught with anybody inside of their stores, grocery stores, anything, will get a $5,000 fine.
Okay, they charge.
So now, because the businesses said fuck you, they said fuck you to the government, fuck you to New York, fuck you, Dick Bazio. I'm not going to lose my customers. Some people have a choice. They don't want to take the shot. It's their fucking choice not to take it. Fuck you. That's it. Right.
They charge.
Fuck you.
They charge between 5 and 10% surcharge automatically. And
Fuck outta here.
Serafina there's a few on the Upper East Side and Midtown. There's more than one Serafina. You hear me? On the Upper East Side and Midtown, there's Serafinas. Well, I'm glad you mentioned this, Fartak. You're going to be my go-to consumer advocate when we start pumping out these consumer shows.
Hey, doctor, we should meet up in Manhattan one day. I'll let them know. We'll do a show. I'll let them know when we're going to be out there. You can come and check. We're going to set up out there.
Paul is near Coney Island. He's in Brighton Beach. If you're ever out there.
Yeah, Coney Island's that way. I don't really approve I would not live in Coney Island because Coney Island is bad. Okay, it's bad, man. The projects over there, it's bad. I would not want to live over there. They just found 2 bodies. Okay. And they mentioned one, and then another news station mentioned 2. I don't know who to believe, but I believe the one. They found the body tied up with tape over its mouth behind a wall. Okay, because on the boardwalk, when you walk, they have walls, and they found the body behind the wall by smelling it. So there's some sick shit going on around here, man. But around here, we're good. Brighton Beach is nice, man. You know, I love it here.
They even infested Coney Island. How about that? De Blasio, I had a
But they're not going to come in Brighton Beach, man. I'm going to tell you right now. Let me put it like this. You got the mafia out here. Yeah, 3 different types, 3 different nationalities of mafia out here. The looters aren't going to come through here. They didn't even come near it, okay? Let me tell you something. The town, everybody in this little city here in Brighton Beach, you know, this is little Odessa. You got the Russians here. You got Muslims here. You got Iraq here. You got friggin' Afghanistan. You have Talibans up the street from here. You have Jewish. You got Hasidic. You got Mexican. You got Puerto Rican. Everybody is mixed right here. But I'm going to tell you one thing. When something's going wrong, they all stick together like glue, okay? They all got together and surrounded this whole town when them looters were saying they were coming here. They said, you come here. You're not going to walk out of here alive, and that's a promise. And they meant it. They meant it, man. They said, you are not walking out of here alive. People were armed, okay, out there. Go ahead, step in this town and watch what happens to you. You know, it's not a town, but, you know, I'm used to calling places town. Like, you know, this is a little suburb, okay, whatever. But you come here, you're not going to come out of here alive. And, you know, this is what I said. You come near our door and try to rob us or anything. I said, listen, you better make things right with your maker because you're going to meet him. If you step foot near my door, my family, anything, you will meet your maker. So make sure you make it right with him before you come here.
Oh, look at this, Paul. They're calling it.
Trust me, we're highly secured in this place because I have security. You know, we're highly surveillanced. You know, that's it. I'm not playing around. You know, let shit hit the fan and people need food. You know, just try to come here.
All right,
my fucking foot, man.
Paul. They're calling it a recovery charge.
A recovery charge? Oh, but I recovered from COVID, so I'm going to pay a surcharge.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're going to need a recovery charge when people start going in there and fucking beating their asses for it, okay? That's good. They're going to be a recovery charge to recover in the hospital.
Yeah, now, Fart Doctor says he'll meet you in Midtown if you're going to do something in Midtown by him.
Yeah. What part of Midtown? Just leave me a part, you know. Why don't you, when you're done with the show, James, why don't you shoot him a message? You can give him my phone number, have him text me, you know.
Yeah.
I'll be out that way, you know.
I don't have him on Facebook Messenger. I don't know what he is on Facebook, so it's hard.
Well, if he wants a private, a Fart Doctor, if you want to privately message us, because I would like to meet with you anyway. You know, my wife got some things she wanted to discuss with you about digestive system. We don't want to discuss that online, you know what I mean? So, you know, if we can do that, that would be great.
Plus, I got a private. Well, anybody could join, but I have a group on Facebook Messenger called Alpha Males.
But I don't trust Facebook, man. You know, Facebook, man, they censor things.
Fuck
after what, you know what? Fucking after what they did to us last night, okay? What they did to me last night, knowing I was gonna go live, and I noticed one thing that, you know, things were weird, man. Things were not working correct on Facebook.
I got people posting pornography on Alpha Males left and right.
Oh yeah, but that's different, man. You know.
Yeah, no. If you want to listen, I'm James P. Madonna on Facebook Messenger. Paul is Paul Anthony Mantia on Facebook Messenger. If you want to do something like maybe if your office is on a ground floor, if you have a ground floor office in Midtown,
Okay, there you go.
hold on.
Yeah, tell him to send me to the doctor's office. We'll set something up. We'll meet. You know, whatever. We'll meet somewhere. But I'll definitely come out to Midtown.
Oh, they censored some of his things on Facebook.
No. That's not what they did. Oh, no. When they knew we were going to go live with the Gabby show last night, and they thought I was going to come out with some information that I wasn't going to speak about, what I spoke to the feds about. No, there's no way in hell I would say and give more, the tips that I gave them that what I researched. And then I noticed that one of the pages on Facebook that belonged to him completely got wiped off of Facebook. It was gone before we went live. Okay. But, I was going to bring that up, but I wasn't going to bring up what I submitted to them, because that's vital information. And like I said, it's like playing a game of chess. Hey, James, I'm going to make this move. Let me tell you before I make the move. Okay. You make your move, but I'm going to make this move next.
Right.
So you're going to, okay. You understand what I'm saying? This is what people are fucking stupid, man.
You're going to move your bishop from here to there. And you're going to tell me.
Okay. So now make your move. Okay. So now you know what I'm going to do. Okay. So you're going to be there when I get there or what? Hey, James, you just robbed the bank. We're coming for you, man. Watch the news. Look. Oh, we're headed there right now. See you later, bro.
Oh, by the way.
You're coming there. I'm over there.
By the way, by the way, I'm a safe cracker, and we just cracked a huge safe, and I'm hiding out in the back of this Chinese restaurant. And I'll tell you where it is. And if any of my fans want to come by and bring me,
I mean, this day and age, you know what? Let's think about this. Let's put this thing in perspective. If you did something wrong, this day and age, you could go online, order a mask that you look exact. The mask is real. It looks real. They can put a wig on. They can dress up like anything they want, man. If you're bald, you go buy a fucking wig. Okay, yeah, you can sit there and say, okay, this is what it'll look like with a wig. But you put a mask on, you can walk around with a mask, fully masked up. They won't know who the hell you are. So let's put it like this: if you're looking, you ain't never gonna find him. I mean, come on, man. Let's really think about this.
But wearing that type of mask before that, I think it's a little hot for that.
Absolutely.
Well, he can have an air conditioning system. He's got money. Put an air conditioning system inside of the hat, or whatever he's wearing over his face. They have it. Man, they got more shit than you can think about in technology, man. If you could put somebody on the moon, then just imagine what you could do. If they could fly to space every week, imagine what they can do.
Actually, I could drum wearing this mask. It'll be like a mime drummer.
All right, so let's close out the show.
All right.
We'll set this up with the doctor there, and
you're gonna show some clothes before.
Yeah, I'll show something, man. I didn't really set up because, like I said, we were working today, and everything that we were, that was up, we put in the bag. We got the leather bags where we take it out to sell it.
Let me know when you have more time. That's all.
Well, yeah, but I'll show you this piece. I'll let them see they've seen this already, but this is a piece that I won't sell for less than $300. Period. It doesn't matter. That's the price tag. That's the price tag on this. You can see it.
Yep. And that leather jacket you showed me is sharp too.
Oh yeah. Let me show you that. Yeah, I'm still working on this piece, but yeah, this is the leather. See that?
Wow.
Hard. It's like a 2X or something. It belonged to my wife's dad. Can you see it?
Yep. I always see it.
Why don't you put it on? Put it on real quick.
I'll put it on real quick, even though it doesn't really fit me. But well, actually, yeah, it fits me now because I put on 70 pounds this year. So
70.
Oh yeah, 70 pounds this year.
Oh, there we go.
See it?
Yep.
Yeah. So leather's fun too. This is my specialty, is dyeing leather. And
well, that shows people how powerful those dyes are, really.
Here, I'll show you the pants real quick.
If you could dye leather and it don't come out,
Yeah, these are, yeah, it never washes out. I washed these already. So this is the jeans right here.
Oh, wow.
And now I'll show you the jeans in the light. Let me show you the stuff when the light's on so they can see that too.
Right.
Hold on a minute. Wait, I do my light. Okay. Let me get
Beep,
this
beep,
on
beep,
here.
beep, beep.
So here you got the jeans in the light. You see that?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we're turning the black light away because that's going to take effect
Right.
on the other light. We don't want to misjudge anybody. So here, this is what they look like. I showed these a couple of times, and these right here, these are $75 a pair. Okay, so these are
That is
75.
really,
I'm not selling anything cheap. I don't care if people ain't got the money; they just don't get it. That's all.
that's very dramatic, man. That's the black jeans with the pink in it. Look at that. Oh, look at that.
That's what I just showed you in the black light.
Uh-huh.
This
Oh,
piece,
okay.
$300, you know, and then I'll show you the leather jacket without the light on. Okay. So here's the leather without the light.
Oh, wow. You could really see it now. Look at that.
Once I set up the cameras for black light, I didn't really go that way tonight, but you know, then we can do it like we did last time. But you know, so that's the leather. I mean, I got dresses. We got everything you can imagine. I mean, it's just like, you know, the tie dyes here, stuff like this.
That's pretty. Look at that. Oh, the
Yeah,
heart. Yeah.
that's pastel. So I got from pastel to what I'm wearing. You know, this is the alien shirt. So I think of Joe Biden when I wear this shirt. You know.
You know, it'd be cool. You know, it'd be cool.
Oh, here, this is like, this is a polyester like silk. I did this a long time ago, man. I think you remember this one. I used to hang this up on my. I have this for a very long time now. I think I got this like 12 years. This has carried along with me for that long.
Huh.
Look how bright and vibrant that is. Shiny.
That makes a good. That makes a good
This
schlong.
was a lot. Yeah, it would. It'd make a good. You know, we can wear it like this. You know. So you know this. God, this has been through the mill and back, and look how bright and vibrant it still is. You know. So, oh, my wife wants to show the hoodie that she got that I made her. Yeah, the hoodies.
Oh wow! Look at that.
Yeah, you got to bend down. Oh, here, let's do this. Here. Now that we're gonna end the show soon, we're gonna take the camera out of there so we can show.
There you go.
So turn around. We'll show the front of the hoodie, the side. See how the sleeve is different color than the other. So the sleeves are different, you know, and then you got the front. And this hoodie she was wearing outside, and it's attracting people, and they're like, "Where did you get that?
It's a hot
You know,
hoodie.
where did you get that?" Okay, well, my husband makes them. You know what I mean? He's a professional designer. You know what I'm saying?
Look at that.
So,
Look at that glow.
you know, yeah, man.
Now, wow! Look at how intense that looks.
Yeah, it's insane, man. When you're in the dark, it really looks insane.
Paul, Fart Doctor asked if you ever tie-dyed a guitar. I think you
Oh,
have.
yeah. Huh, hold on a minute. Tie-dyed a guitar.
Tie-dyed a guitar.
Okay. Let me show you.
He tie-dyes just about everything.
My wife and I did this one. She did the flower work. She drew the flowers on it, then I dyed it. And this one glows, too. I've dyed instruments professionally. I've dyed, you know, about 3 drum sets already. And they were on tour for a long time. You know, drum sets are 11. They start at 10,000 for the artwork. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So a 5-piece kit, depending on what they want, you know, it depends. It all different. It just, you know, here, just hold on a moment. I'll be right back. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have you face
a keyboard.
I'm gonna get the other guitar.
A keyboard.
Let me get the other guitar. I'm gonna show you what that looks like.
Very difficult because of the keys. You know, I mean, there's not much.
All right, so here, this is the bass guitar that I did.
Oh, look at that.
You see that? And this one glows. This one glows. This one's carved with paints. You know, it's carved with paint, man. It's like, it's you know, absolutely gorgeous. It took a long time, man. I can't tell you, probably what, 6, 7, 8 months to do this one? Yeah. Let me put the black light on. I'll show you what it looks like. Black light on. Let's shut this light off real quick. So here we got the black right here. Watch this. You see that?
Wow.
Not every color glows because I don't want it like that. I want it to be very different. In the light, you'll see, you'll see what you see. And then in the dark, you see like, certain things glowing because there's messages in this base, man, a lot of them. There was a lot of things going on in our lives during that time, and there are faces in here. There's all kinds of shit you can see. So, but yeah, I dye instruments. I dye saxophones. I dye brass. I dye metal. I'll dye, furniture. We can dye anything they want. Anything I get my hands on, we can put dye on. So that's it.
Yeah.
Except for people.
Awesome.
I do have body paints that I've invented that glow. They glow insane in the dark. So, those dyes can be put on people. And then I also have the kids dyes, which is much different. The kids dyes don't carry toxic chemicals in them because you can't have children using dye with toxic chemicals. You can't. It's just against the law. You can get in deep shit for that, So, I mean, and if they were using it, they would have to be fully gloved, and they would have to be over the age of 10, at least, 12, I would say, at least 13, to even, mess with those. But I'm not planning on putting those dyes on the market anytime soon.
I learned that black light gives off a certain ultraviolet wavelength.
Yeah, it's UV reactive. UV reactive. Okay, so the UVs, the reactives, there's two different types of black light. The one you just see, that's a LED black light. The real black lights are halogen bulbs that heat up. It heats up, and that's when you get your true color. See, these black lights, what happens is it causes a glare on the instrument. It causes a glare on the shirts. But the heat bulbs, the halogen bulb that heats up, because I used to have a big one, the theater light. It would take it 15 minutes to heat up in full blast. But the problem with that is when the model was standing in front of those lights, they'd be drenched by the time they were done just standing there 10 minutes because the heat is so hot and so powerful, But those are short throw lights. I had long throw. Short throw means that short throw, it can be far away. Well, no, short throw is short close, and long throw is far away. So, and meaning that if you're 200 feet away, that black light can still catch you. You know what I'm saying? So light travels. Remember that. But UV reactive light is much different than regular light. So, but the heat halogen bulbs are the best, and I can't find them anymore. It's just like, okay, everybody wants to be cheap and make these LED lights. Oh, they're more powerful, they're brighter, but you know what? Listen, you're not getting the true color out. You're like, it doesn't pick up certain colors, and that's a problem when it don't pick up certain colors. You know what I mean? Yeah, but whatever. This is good for now. Yeah. Eventually, I'll get the theater light. I don't know if I'm going to be doing fashion shows or anything like that anytime soon with New York doing the shit they're pulling right now. So,
well, people learn.
I won't even do a show here. I'll do it somewhere where I don't need a shot.
Yeah,
in my house.
People learn that being a model is not fun and games. That it's actual work. They learn that for sure. Without it, some girls out there think modeling is like no work at all. You just stand there and look pretty, but no, it's work. All
right, so James, I got to get going. It's 12. It was a great show. We're at 1 hour and 53 minutes and 41 seconds.
Wow, already. How about that? Fart doctor.
Yeah, time goes by so quick, it's not funny anymore, man. I sat out there for 3 hours today, and I thought I sat out there for a half hour. That's how quick time goes by.
Bart Robinson, thank you for joining us. Fart Doctor Masumi, thank you for joining us. And of course, Paul Anthony Mantia. And have a good whatever's left.
Yep, and all the fans, we hope you enjoy it. Enjoy the music. God bless. Have a good night. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, whatever's left of the weekend, I'll be on the barbecue show at 3 p.m. with BC Beer Reviews. So,
hey, Oreo, come here. She don't want. Come here.
Say goodnight.
Maybe she wants to say goodnight. Look, she's running. She's running. Yeah, come here, Oreo. Look in the camera. Say hi. Oh yeah, hi. Say goodnight.
Hey, Oreo. Hey, Oreo. Look, listen.
Hey, Oreo, say hi. Hey, guys. Now she wants to play the piano.
She looks like a piano.
I might teach her how to play. Maybe I'll put her on the chair and
Oh, wait a minute. That'll be cool. You grab her paws and you play.
Hey, we'll go take a tour into the other room. We got the cat in there. It's gonna get dark, so I can't. I have to separate my cat from her, because if I don't, Milo will get crazy, man. So here, look, this is the bedroom back here, man. So we got 2 bedrooms in here, nice. Hey, Milo, come here. Hey, I don't know. He's being temperamental with me. He's being weird because if I come in here smelling like the dog, and we tried to in the beginning, them two were interacting, but the dog came in here and jumped on the bed, and that's his territory. And I never in my life seen this cat do this. He literally lifted up his hand and smacked her. And
Wow.
but she's calm. She's not trying to bite them, but cats are really like, territorial, man. And now he ran under the bed, so he's not gonna come out unless I don't know. Sometimes he's weird.
All right. Let's say goodnight. I got to do a couple things myself.
Yeah,
And,
so this is the other room of the house. It's nice, right?
oh yeah.
And that's Masha. That's my wife's cat. So it's like, all right, so we got to get rolling.
All right. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, man.
All right. Bye bye.
Have a
Take
good
care.
night.